this school on Wednesday, the 23rd of February 2022. I know this isn't related to school, but Florence and the Machine is back. She released a song a couple hours ago called King. That's it. That she's made a song named after me. That's not me being cocky. My friend, for formal, called me King because she thought that I was going to formal and she was going to vote me as King. Anyway, I finished the New 52 Green Arrow. So, final review, Green Arrow New 52. It's great. I love it, except for that bit where it's like, oh, this thing is fascist. When they did Big Brother in volume 7 or 8. It's not fascist, it's authoritarian. And fascism is authoritarian, but authoritarianism is not fascist. You know? It's totalitarian, it's Orwellian. Anyway, other than that, it's fantastic. And the end of volume 9 came of a preview of DC Rebirth, which is what comes after the New 52. I've never read any of Rebirth before because Rebirth is still going on. There are like 3 sort of sections to DC. Pre-New 52, which is from whenever it started to 2011. That's far too long. It's Batman got on the issue 800. I'm not reading all that. So New 52 was perfect because it was only on for about 5 years, and I don't know if this was accidental or intentional, but most of the comics got around 252 issues each. So I never read any Rebirth before. They give me a sneak preview for Green Arrow Rebirth. I don't usually read previews and all that because it's usually for books that I'm planning on buying anyway. But I'm glad I read it this time because Green Arrow Rebirth sucks. He's like, don't call me a hero. I'm a social justice warrior. It's the cringiest thing ever. Speaking of cringe, might as well do a what if CW's Arrow did this. So we'll be like, my name is Oliver Queen. After 8 years of being a hero, I have retired and taken up the mantle of social justice. To do this, no, sorry, it's not enough to just be the Green Arrow. I have to be something else. I have to be someone else. I have to be Emily, ACAB, BLM, 13. Link in the description or link in the bio to my petition to end racism. Anyway, then after that I finished volume, I'm gonna have to look this up, I think it's volume 4. Okay, so I'm just gonna explain how Marvel works their stuff. So currently they have rebooted Spider-Woman 6 times. They're on their 7th run of Spider-Woman. And they call these runs volumes. And currently they're on volume 7. But volume 7 has 4 volumes. So I'm not going to call them volumes, I'm going to call them runs or reboots. Although technically this would be the 6th reboot. So I finished run 5 of Spider-Woman. I didn't read run 4 because I'm best off explaining after I do the review. So I don't understand why they had to end it like that, because okay, this is going to be a final review for run 4. I had an initial review for run 5 because I also finished the first volume of run 5. And after the first volume of run 5 is a book called Spiderwoman, which is her, Silk, and Ghost Spider together. And I love Ghost Spider and Silk. So the only reason why I was reading Spiderwoman is to sort of prepare myself for Spiderwoman. So run 4 of Spider-Woman is technically 2 volumes, but volume 1 is Spider-Verse. So you Spider-Verse, then volume 2, and then you go on to run 5. I don't understand why they did that, especially since it seems to pick up after run 4, and they're both written by the same person, Dennis Hopeless. They're both great. Like, I will be picking up run 6 and 7, maybe. Although, wait, sorry, I'm reading run 6, run 7. But yeah, they're great. And then I finished volume 1 of Batgirl. That's great as well. And that's all the comics. I was going to do this in order, but too late, I guess. So, and moving image. My teacher looked at what I had recorded last week, and she said that the reason why the iPad's quality went down is because of the lighting, which I don't understand how that works, but I trust her. And you have to do something called I think it's called 3-point lighting or something like that, where you would have a light to the left side, the right side, and in front of an actor. But all the tutorials I'm looking up, it's just for if these people are not going to move whatsoever, and if it's one person, if you're taking a photo or vlog, but I'm not doing that. I'm creating. I don't like to say the word movie because that's just. I'm just gonna say movie, but that is cringe. I'm creating a movie. I have 2 characters. I need to go back and forth between the 2 of them. Anyway, and then I said that I recorded this bit, but it was so windy that my hand was shaking a lot, and you shouldn't even ask. Just gave me your tripod. And when I went home, I tried to set up, couldn't set up. My grandpa, who he has his own tripod that he hasn't used in about 15 years, but he tried to set it up. He couldn't set it up either. And he went, oh, right, let me get my tripod. But I think my uncle has it or something. I don't know. In media. Actually, there's not anything to talk about in media, I'm sorry. This is memes as of 7:45 p.m. on whatever. Texas person declares sex change procedures and puberty blockers for kids child abuse under Texas law. Good. Sex change operations, puberty blockers prescribed to kids as child abuse under Texas law. These procedures are monstrous and tragic, albeit within can to protect against those who take advantage of and harm young Texans. And I'm gonna give a simple explanation as to why it's child abuse. So the reason why we ban alcohol and cigarettes and all those to children who are under the age of 18 or 21 in America is because children are stupid. And they will. I mean, I know that there are underage people who drink all the time. They get around the laws, but just we're trying our best to protect them because yes, it's not a foolproof law because we aren't authoritarians, but it is preventing people from drinking. So it is doing good, and I know that that's the same argument. People go, "Oh, well, if lockdown saved one life," that's different because lockdowns are killing people in other ways. Children not drinking isn't going to kill them. But my point is that we don't allow them to do that because they're going to drink themselves to death. That's the force of machine lyric. And for puberty blockers, they'll go. I want to take puberty blockers because I am a woman. I'm born in the wrong body. But the thing is, they're not of a mature mindset. That's also the reason why we have age of consent laws. They're not mature enough to know fully what is being asked of them if someone offers them sex. So children don't. They only think of the positives. They don't think of any of the downsides. For sex, it's STDs. For puberty blockers, it's permanent, and they might regret it later. That is why. So I wouldn't really consider it child abuse, but yes, it should be banned for underage children. Although I did hear, I might have talked about this a couple times before, but there was a story of a girl on Twitter who was like, I finally convinced my son to take puberty blockers. He was crying the entire time. We had to get like free like therapists or whatever in to distract them while we jabbed him with puberty blockers, which makes it sound like he never consented to it ever. Like he never even gave a shred of evidence that he wanted this at all. Actually, I did it. But anyway, this is DMs as of 11 to 8. So I'm going to give a fake name for this person, Jessica, because I was reading Spiderwoman. Jessica, I have a feeling is either the girlfriend of or the ex-girlfriend of one of my friends. I'm gonna give him a fake name, Jacob. So Jessica DM'd me saying, "Hey Hammy, I love you. This is Jacob's friend, so please be nice to me. I can treat you better. Jacob is a playboy. He's using you, Hammy, using you for your body." And then it sends me a link to a drill remix of Still in the U by Paramore. And it was through all these messages that I was able to determine who this person was. And it's definitely not like any other Jacob that I know. Especially since I remember Jacob talking about his girlfriend all the time. His girlfriend called Jessica. And this is not long after I became public. So I quickly sent a screenshot to Jacob and he said, "I want you to know that I love you for who you are. It's not about your body." I get that. Is this your girlfriend? Why? Are you jealous? So this person has also been going through my videos and photos and all my Instagram. So like for my final review of Good Girls, she commented, "Call me a good girl." I don't think she's actually understanding what the video is about, even though the title is obvious. It's a review for a show called Good Girls. Commented a couple of hearts on. I'm gonna assume this is a. I don't think I've given her name. That girl that was like, "No, she's talking about this," and she is stupid. Let me just check. Yeah, really? Why are you treating her like she's an actor? She makes. Okay, yeah, that's definitely her talking about Zoella. That video was posted in August. The Good Girls review was posted in July. Sorry, that was also posted in August. Then there was the bit I took from one of Jacob's videos, and you probably not know who this is. Where I took a screenshot from one of his videos and put a caption on it. And she that's from July. She's liking that. Just scrolling through stuff, and it doesn't take that long to scroll down the July on my feed. But I mean, come on, I've got 1,393 posts. What the hell are you doing? So I forgot to mention that in my Blood Simple review, it starts off with me sniffling because I was cold, and she commented, I want you sniffing like that again. I'm not Joe Biden, but I commented that I was cold. This Twitter as of 6/2. Who the heck are you? With a post like that, you could actually get picked up by the law. Who are you? I'm from ancient Russia. Starting in 10 minutes. Whoops. Cardi B spoke out at the crisis in Ukraine. Thank God. I might as well play this. It's only 6 seconds. Okay, once we'll actually get to it. Most people would actually run away if they heard a mass shooter was in the building, but this man instead walked straight up to him, sparked a smoke, and started chatting with him, eventually convincing him to surrender. All the cotton camera. Renee Galbert. Still can't really believe some of the footage. You mad lad, video is really something. Like, it says that it's actual footage and an audio reenactment. I'll do it anyway.
We're gonna shoot these people, goddammit! Why would they, John? Goddamn politicians! We're gonna shoot these people, god.
Sorry, I forgot that I had it playing and not paused. What waist size are you? Fat. Advice for all you upcoming creators out there when talking to prospective new sponsors: always remain courteous and professional like me. I mean, to be honest, that's the way the people are acting. If I could please take a moment for everyone's time away from Ukraine and the Rings of Power. I'm guessing Rings of Power is that new Lord of the Rings show that literally no one is talking about. Anyway, things are not looking good for the next event in Birmingham, 22nd March. Current ticket sales will continue due to being financially unrealistic. No, the most event is happening. I might be there, not sure yet, but the last one was really fun. Really, how is Lindsay Lohan pronounced? That's cringe that Lindsay Lohan is on TikTok. But how is it pronounced? Whatever. But her birthday was a couple days ago. Also, yeah, Millie Bobby Brown is now of the age of consent, which means, well, I don't have to go any further. I just find that just absolutely disgusting.